Welcome back. Residents of Northern Ghana are raising urgent demand for better access to quality education, especially in rural areas where opportunities remain limited. In a play staged by the High Court of Poetry in partnership with Schools for Life, the harsh realities of the education were brought to the forefront, stirring the heads of many. Emmanuel Jivenu has more from Tamale.
Give an account of his ordeal in his school.
In this symbolic courtroom, a parent and a teacher are seeking justice, not for themselves, but for the countless children left behind by Ghana's broken education system.
By virtue of my location, I am deprived access to quality education.
The state, represented by the Minister of Education, defends itself, claiming equal opportunities for all.
I understand the grievances, but the problem is, if I took all the potholes today, what will I do tomorrow?
This crippling scene is from Potholes, a play that captures the stark realities faced by pupils in rural communities, particularly in the northern part of Ghana. It spotlights the vast inequalities in Ghana's education system.
Some learners rise on their laps, whilst others sit on their backs, with some lying on their beds, causing damage to their uniforms and seats.
In schools where classrooms are falling apart and furniture are scarce, children are expected to achieve the same academic success as those in more developed areas. But how can they when basic infrastructure is lacking?
Government has actually done something in the first place, but there are gaps. And it is these gaps that we are calling on government to try their best to collaborate with society, community, stakeholders for us to patch these potholes.
The performance sparked a strong reactions from the audience, many of whom feel the urgency for reforms in education.
Sometimes when children go to school and there are no furniture and they don't have uniforms, sometimes they are told they can go to class, sit down and something can prick them on the hand. I've also realized that teaching in rural Ghana, especially where the buildings aren't good. For instance, if a teacher is teaching a class and they are all lying on the floor and the place is just scattered, no one can understand or hear what the teacher is trying to say.
Ghana's education system in the schools, there are lack of books, which doesn't help the children to read. So this lack of exercise book, lack of textbook, lack of reading facility, it doesn't help the children.
Government is building their classroom, but it's woefully inadequate. A lot of students are still sitting under tree. In this generation that we still find ourselves, and students are still accessing education while sitting under trees.
The play raises critical questions about Ghana's education system, urging policymakers to take urgent action. But for now, the pupils are left waiting for their day of justice. Emmanuel Jivenu, Joy News, Tamale.
Show them listen to